Welcome everyone. I'm Heather and today I'm going to take you through a swift little trauma-informed flow to help you release what's stuck, what's no longer serving you. So we're going to jump right in and get started in our Baddha Konasana, our cobbler's pose. The soles of the feet together, knees wide. We'll start to open the hips. Sit up nice and tall, reach the crown of the head to the sky. Hands can be at the ankles, straightening the arms and leaning back if possible, just to give a little bit of resistance here. And then slowly, you can start to lean forward if that's comfortable for you. We're just getting started, so just pay attention to how this first pose feels. If you want to grab the feet and slowly start to drop the weight, the thighs a little closer to the mat, feel free to take that. And if you're up here, if you're out here, perfect. Whatever variation feels best for you today. And just remember that every day we're a little bit different. Our bodies are different. Our minds are different. If you have it in your practice to take the elbows and put a little weight into the legs, a little bit of oppositional force here. To try to open the hips even more, we can start to lean over the feet. Try to keep the back nice and straight versus rounding, shoulders away from the ears, and breathe. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth and slowly make your way back up if you chose to lean forward. Keeping in the cobbler's pose here. Straighten the spine. And either lower the gaze, or if you're by yourself in a nice, safe, comfortable environment, you can close your eyes here. And breathe. Starting to drop into the mental focus part of the practice here. You can even start to massage the ankles and the feet if that's comfortable for you. We'll be standing a bit today. It's just preparing our lower limbs for all that they're going to do for us in this swift little flow today. Beautiful. Now take the knees and bring them up towards the chest. And we're going to come into just sort of like a little ball here. Now here, instead of keeping the back flat, take a nice rounding of the back, coming into sort of a cat pose variation, but we're going to just kind of breathe into this little safety cave here. I just made that up. With a nice rounding of the spine, you can feel the shoulders, the scapula start to open. And breathe. You can rest your forehead on your knees. Press the feet firmly into the ground here. I'm going to leave my head up a bit here. I don't have my microphone, my normal system here while I'm outside today. I'm actually in the market for a new microphone because my other one it crapped the bed already. So hopefully you can hear me nice and clear despite the lack of equipment. Start to deepen the breath. We bring our foreheads down to the knees, we can also feel a nice stretch in the cervical spine, the back of the neck. Maybe set a little intention here. Safety, groundedness, connection. Those are all options, but take whatever you'd like today, whatever serves you. In this exact moment right here, inhale through the nose, and exhale. On your next inhale, slowly start to make your way to tabletop position. Move slowly, gracefully for your body. Coming into nice strong tabletop position. Pressing away from the mat with the palms of the hands, the fingers, and the tops of the feet. Drop the belly. Lift the chest. Cow pose. Round the spine. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round the spine. Take one more on your own breath. And come back to a neutral tabletop position. From here, we're going to take the right arm and lift it to the sky. Our first twist. Inhale. And exhale, thread the needle all the way through and under your left arm. Drop the shoulder and the right ear to the ground. A couple variations here. You can leave the palm of the left hand on the mat where it was next to your face. You can bring it up towards the top of the mat here. You can reach it around your back for more of a bind. Keep breathing. On your next inhale, reach the right arm back up to the sky and place it down on the mat to your tabletop position. Find your center, your focus, stability, and lift the left arm to the sky for a twist. And exhale, thread the needle, left side. Inhale, left arm back up to the sky and back to your tabletop position. Bring the palms about a handprint forward and slowly start to make your way into downward dog. Breathe nice, deep, clearing breaths, getting rid of the day before you or preparing for the day ahead. Pedaling it out, stretching the calves, starting to wake up the feet. Rotating the upper arm bones out, the inner thighs in just a tad. Oh, that's Ellie. The at-home yoga practice. Very humbling. Find stillness here, and then slowly, as if you're kind of bringing your body over an object, over a bolster, traps. Start to make your way into plank. Nice strong plank here. If you need to drop to the knees, that's also perfectly fine for our first plank. If you have it in you today, I encourage you to bring yourself up into a nice strong full plank. Press away from the mat. Engage the core. You can rock forward and back. You can find stillness here. Reach the heels towards the back of the mat and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale all the way down to the belly. Nice and slow. Keep the elbows tucked in. Lift the chest. Cobra. And back down. Lift up, plank pose. Downward dog. Exhale. Couple breaths here in down dog. So let's prepare for some of our standing asanas. Lift the right leg to the sky. Bring the right knee into the chest and hold. All the way up. Right foot to the mat. Inhale, lift the back, the left leg. Warrior 1. Arms reach up to the sky. You may need to adjust your stance here. It's perfectly fine. Hips squared as much as possible. Don't necessarily force the squaring of the hips. So if you're a little bit here, that's fine. You're working your way to this point here, where the hips are square, keeping that back leg nice and strong. Tuck the pelvis underneath you, tailbone down. Keep the front right knee bent. Inhale. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. You might need to elongate your pose here. Keep that back left foot, those back left toes turned in a bit. Gaze past the right hand. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Lift the right arm back, up and over and back. And so what we want to do here is lift up and over while keeping that front knee bent into our peaceful warrior. And back to a warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Right arm lifts up and over towards the back edge of the mat. Breathe, inhale. And exhale back to warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down to the ground. Low lunge. Just for a moment here. You can lower the knee. Or you can keep it lifted. There's a baby bunny. There's a baby bunny practicing with us. Oh my goodness, hello baby. Okay. You're like, I need to come out of this lunge now. Plank position. Bring that right foot back. Now this time you can either lower all the way to the belly for another cobra, or you can start to lower halfway, lifting, going to chaturanga to up dog. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward dog. Left leg lifts. Knee into the chest and hold. Left foot all the way up to the mat. Keep the knee bent. Bring that back right leg in about quarters distance. Lifting up into our warrior 1 on the side. I don't know what a quarters distance is, by the way. I couldn't let that go. I couldn't give that to myself. Breathe. Shoulders away from the ears, but keep the arms active. The hands are active. Lifting the pinkies to the sky will help us to keep activating our trap muscles. We don't want to let those get, we don't want to let our trap muscles get too weak. by always drawing the shoulders away and having these sort of loose arms. Breathing here. Opening up, warrior two. I'm going to keep my head turned this way as much as I can so that you can hear me. Just the stance is necessary. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Lift up and over the left arm, all the way back. Get a nice stretch in the side body here. And exhale, back to warrior two. Beautiful. Take a breath here. And exhale, cartwheel down to the ground into your low lunge. Back into your plank. Take a vinyasa. Back into your downward dog. Couple breaths here. Beautiful. Lower the elbows just underneath your shoulders here. And press away with the palms of the hands and the shoulders, getting nice and strong here, pressing the chest towards the thighs, just as you do in downward dog, taking our dolphin here. Breathing, nice deep full breaths here. 3 more breaths in, out. Last one. And on the exhale, come back up to downward dog. Lift the right leg to the sky. Bring the right knee into the chest. Plant the foot down to low lunge. Breathe here. Maybe lift the hands off the ground now. You're feeling strong today. Great. Take the right hand, bring it to the inside of the right foot. Maybe bring the right foot out a bit towards the edge of the mat, diagonally. And you can either stay lifted here, or you can start to slowly come down. Hold on the back leg and on the arms for our lizard lunge. Opening the hips. Breathing into the hips here. What does that mean? It just means that we are considering the space that we're creating in the hips by breathing, giving oxygen to our muscles, allowing them to put in the work with us. Beautiful. Coming back up to your low lunge, lifting up, high lunge. Make whatever adjustments you need, getting the pelvis centered underneath you, tailbone shining down. If you need to bend the knee for a moment to kind of articulate those cues there, feel free. Try to bring that back left heel closer to the mat and breathe. Slowly and with control and focus, we are going to lift off that back left leg, soaring into a half split. Inhale, maybe look up, and slowly exhale, bring that left leg up and back. Continue the move all the way down. Hands touch the mat. You can bring the left leg as high as you'd like to, or as you can, but it doesn't need to be high. Focus on Centering, stabilizing through the core. Nice strong right leg lifting up through the hip. Breathe. If you want to try a little extra balance for a couple more breaths, you can try to grab onto this leg. Balancing is not my strong suit in this pose, so but all I got. Works for me. Inhale, and on your next exhale, coming back down to our low lunge. Beautiful. Plank position. Stay in that plank for just a minute here. Keeping that core nice and strong for just a minute. Keep breathing. And now lower all the way down to the belly. Wrap your arms around you, clasp the hands, cobra. Strengthening the back without the hands. Breathe. And lower. Beautiful. Plank position. Down dog. Exhale. Lift the left leg to the sky. Left knee into the chest. Lower the left foot to the ground. Low lunge. Maybe try to lift your hands off the mat for a moment. Beautiful. Now come up into your high lunge. Get your center underneath you. Facing the front of the mat, arms lifted to the sky. Back right heel pressing into the mat. Not into the mat necessarily, but towards the mat. Keeping that back. Right leg super strong. Breathing. Taking our splits on the other side, our standing splits on the other side. Inhaling to look up and exhaling to slowly lift off that back right leg with control. Straightening that left leg, coming all the way down. Hands to the mat. Keeping that back right leg lifted. Core strength, core engaged. Left leg is strong, stable, not dumping into the hips. If you want to practice a little extra balancing, go for it. This is a tougher side for me. And that's what balancing is. It shows us which side is different that day. Beautiful. Lowering slowly that right leg back down to the mat. Low lunge. Chest forward. Looking forward. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the left hand and bring it to the inside of the left foot. Bringing our left foot out. Toes facing diagonal to the mat. We can either stay lifted here or we can start to lower the back right leg, lower onto the elbows. You can bring that foot out as wide as you need. You can even turn onto the edge of the foot for a deeper stretch. You choose. Just remember to breathe. Opening the hip on the left side. Beautiful. Exhaling back into our low lunge. Inhale to look up. And exhale back into your plank pose. Take a vinyasa, last one. And I'll meet you after an exhale into downward dog. Final option here that comes with a lot of stages. I'm going to come down to the knees. So, you get a couple options. We can either come back down into our dolphin. We can either come back down onto our elbows here as we were before. Pressing away from the mat, engaging the shoulders by doing a little push-up variation in the shoulders. And this one's going to be important to kind of peek at the video so you can sort of see the motion in my upper body. So it's just this very small and subtle move to build strength in the shoulders. Or if you have an inversion in your practice, this is a good time to take it. Make sure that you are listening to your body today. I am outside. I get some creases here on my deck, so wish me luck. Give yourself the opportunity to do a little bit of free flowing here. Choose your asana. And always know that an extended child's pose is always here. If that's what you need today, please take it. So important. Connecting the mind with the body and listening to what we need to provide safety and stability. Some days I have this and some days I don't, and that's okay. I'll be joining you in a child's pose shortly. Breathe. When you're ready, if you're in an inversion, slowly make your way down. That was a little less slowly than I was hoping. That's okay, it's a practice. We're all working at our own pace. I'm going to meet everybody who's in child's pose there. And this is where we are going to pull down, finish out. Great job today. Beautiful work. You're amazing. You're awesome. And your next inhale, slowly start to make your way up. Bringing the knees together and bringing them to one side. And we're just going to start, and we're just going to end. Sorry about that, there's a little zen out there. Back in the middle of our mats. We're going to bring the knees up, almost as if we were coming back into a little ball, but this time we're going to bring the hands back behind us. And we're just going to kind of windshield wiper the legs. Back and forth. We did a lot of work with our hips. And when you're ready, coming back into toddler's pose we started from. Close the eyes if you're comfortable. Or lower the gaze. We'll take a final few deep breaths here, bringing our hands to our heart center, Anjali Mudra. Safety, connectedness to the earth, grounding. You're just that much closer just by taking this time for ourselves. Thumbs right up to the third eye. through the nose. And exhale to bow, giving thanks. Namaste.